The silent revolution. Imagine waking up one morning, going to work as usual, and discovering that the most important part of your job has already been taken over by a machine. Not because you did something wrong, not because your company failed, but because artificial intelligence learned to do that task faster, cheaper, and around the clock. The surprising part is that for millions of people, this isn't a prediction about the future. It's already happening. While most headlines focus on futuristic robots or science fiction, the real AI revolution looks very different. It doesn't arrive with dramatic announcements or replace entire companies overnight. Instead, it quietly enters workplaces one task at a time. One email, one report, one customer conversation, one design, one line of code. And because these changes happen gradually, many people don't notice them until their workplace looks completely different from just a few years before. This is one of the biggest technological transformations since the invention of the internet. But unlike previous innovations, artificial intelligence is not just creating new tools. It is changing the very definition of work. For decades, businesses have searched for ways to become faster, more efficient, and more profitable. Every technological breakthrough, from the assembly line to personal computers, allowed people to produce more with less effort. AI is simply the next step in that evolution, but this time the impact reaches beyond physical labor. For the first time, machines are helping perform cognitive tasks that were once considered uniquely human. They can write, they can analyze, they can translate, they can generate images, they can answer questions, they can even help write software. This doesn't mean machines have become human. It means many everyday tasks can now be completed with far less human effort than ever before. That single change is forcing businesses to rethink how work gets done. And that's where the real story begins. Many people ask the wrong question. Will AI replace my job? It sounds logical, but it's misleading. Jobs are not single activities. Every profession is made up of dozens, or even hundreds, of individual tasks. A marketing manager researches trends, writes emails, creates presentations, analyzes data, and communicates with clients. A graphic designer develops ideas, edits images, adjusts layouts, and prepares final files. A customer support agent answers questions, solves problems, updates records, and communicates with customers. If AI can perform even half of those tasks faster than a person, the role itself begins to change. Not overnight, but little by little. This is why the AI revolution feels invisible. Companies rarely announce that AI has replaced workers. Instead, they quietly automate repetitive processes, delay hiring new employees, or expect smaller teams to produce more output. The result is the same. More work gets done with fewer people, and this trend is accelerating every month. The most important thing to understand is that AI isn't competing against humanity. It's changing the value of human work. The skills that mattered yesterday may not be the skills that matter tomorrow. And those who understand this shift early won't just survive it. They'll be the ones shaping the future. Because this isn't simply another technology story. It's the story of how work itself is being rewritten. And to understand where we're going next, we first need to see where this transformation has already begun. The industry's changing first. To understand where the future of work is heading, we need to look at where artificial intelligence is already making the biggest impact today. The truth is that AI isn't affecting every industry equally. Some sectors are changing so quickly that employees barely have time to adapt. Others are only beginning to experience the first signs of transformation. One of the clearest examples is customer service. Just a few years ago, if you had a question about an online order, a subscription, or a banking issue, you would almost certainly speak with a human representative. Today, that's no longer the case. AI-powered chatbots can answer thousands of customer requests at the same time. They never get tired. They don't take breaks. They work 24 hours a day and can instantly access information from massive databases. More importantly, these systems improve over time. Every conversation helps them become better at solving future problems. Human agents are still needed for complex situations, but routine questions are increasingly handled without any human involvement. Now multiply that across millions of customer interactions every single day. The impact becomes enormous. Marketing is another industry experiencing rapid change. Creating advertisements once required brainstorming sessions, copywriters, graphic designers, and multiple rounds of revisions. Today, AI can generate dozens of advertising concepts within minutes. It can write headlines, suggest campaign ideas, create product descriptions, analyze customer behavior, and even predict which advertisements are likely to perform best. Instead of spending hours creating the first draft, marketing professionals now spend more time evaluating and improving AI-generated ideas. The role hasn't disappeared. It has evolved. The same pattern appears in graphic design. Modern AI image generators can produce illustrations, logos, promotional graphics, and realistic artwork in seconds. This doesn't eliminate creative professionals, instead it changes their workflow. Rather than creating every element manually, designers become creative directors who guide, refine, and improve AI-generated concepts. The speed of production increases dramatically. Software development is experiencing a similar transformation. For years, programmers spent countless hours writing repetitive code, fixing common errors, and searching documentation for solutions. Today, AI coding assistants can generate code, explain programming concepts, detect bugs, and recommend improvements almost instantly. Developers still make the important architectural decisions, but routine coding tasks are becoming increasingly automated. Even industries that seem far removed from technology are changing. Law firms use AI to review legal documents in a fraction of the time. Financial institutions rely on AI to analyze enormous datasets and detect unusual patterns. Healthcare professionals use AI to assist with medical imaging, patient documentation, and research. Teachers use AI to prepare lesson plans and educational materials. Journalists use AI to organize information before writing articles. Across almost every profession, the same pattern is emerging. AI isn't replacing expertise, it's reducing the amount of time required to apply that expertise. And that distinction changes everything. Because when one employee can complete the work that previously required 2 or 3 people, companies naturally begin to reorganize their teams. Not because they dislike employees, because competition demands efficiency. Businesses that adopt AI become faster. They reduce costs. They respond to customers more quickly. And once one company gains that advantage, competitors have little choice but to follow. That's why AI adoption isn't simply a technological trend. It's becoming an economic necessity. This creates a chain reaction across entire industries. Every improvement in AI raises expectations for productivity. Every productivity increase changes hiring decisions. And every hiring decision slowly reshapes the future of work. The transformation isn't coming. It's already happening. The only question is how prepared workers are for the next stage of this revolution.